Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we're doing this live episode 25 of the things of the Tylerbrianhour, aka TBH, aka TBH Hour, whatever you want to call it. I am your co-host, Be Heard, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka Prince, but you know about the hating, and I'm going to pass it to my other co-host. Tyler, you want to say something to the people?
How's it going, people? Episode 25 is right now in the books as we speak. We are working on it, and hope you guys are being positive this week. And here we go.
Just some morning church announcements, even though it is nighttime. But y'all gonna get it when y'all gonna get the podcast. Your boy is invested in the podcast, to say the least. I currently have spent
indebted, by the way,
indebted to the podcast. I think I've currently spent at least. So I think SoundCloud is $18 a month, I want to say, roughly, for the ultimate plan that I have. So I'm spending 2 months of SoundCloud, which is 18, do the math, whatever. Because to unlock the podcast of the past episodes, because we were only able to get 2 episodes, because for those of you who do not know, if you're a SoundCloud rapper, you get 300 minutes. And when you get those 300 minutes, obviously you can make all the songs you want in the world. But doing a podcast, obviously we go for an hour and a half sometimes. So we only had 2 episodes available. So I had to spend 2 months of SoundCloud. I had to spend $200 on the podcast. I had to spend $50 for the new logo. I had to spend another $50 for the new t-shirt designs that I'm going to buy said t-shirts to promote said t-shirts, which probably is going to cost me around $500 for this podcast, and I haven't made a single dime for it. So I just say all that to say, please rate this 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, because you do that even if you don't fuck with the podcast, even if you don't want to listen to it, you'll help boost our algorithm, and somebody who might fuck with the podcast might want to listen to 2 homies talk for an hour and have genuine, real, funny conversations. We'll support the podcast. So please rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. First thing first to talk about and just to go into is coming towards the end of the year, especially the year that 2020's been. Shout out to Tyler's phone.
I forgot to put it on something. I'm sorry, people.
2021 and New Year's resolutions. First of all, do you believe in them? How long do you stay committed to the New Year's resolution?
Every single year, last year I didn't really have a New Year's resolution because I felt like everything had come into fruition itself, and everything that I could possibly want or need, I already had. So there was really nothing for me to I would say work on, and that kind of sounds bad because there's always room for improvement as a person, as an individual. But last year I didn't really have one. This year I'm going into the mindset of just pretty much just spreading as much love and positivity as I possibly can, not only for myself but just for other people, whoever may need it.
I mean, your problem is not you doing that, it's you being consistent with that.
Yeah, that is true, because Lord knows I'm not consistent.
Because you got that future in you. Like y'all want to talk about how future be toxic? Tyler be toxic. Tyler be the most sinfulest churchgoer there ever will be.
The thing about it is that I'm not toxic on purpose. It's just something that just sort of happens.
You know how toxic that sounds by saying I'm not toxic on purpose. It just happens. I was like saying, "Hey, bro, you got shot," even though I shot the gun. So then. Okay, for 2021's sake, do you have any resolutions? Any goals?
As I get older, as far as New Year's resolutions go, I'm starting not to believe in that so much. I'm starting to believe in things that obviously we need to work on, but I don't believe in a set date as far as those resolutions go. As far as okay, this year I'm gonna do this year I'm gonna do that, and for me it spreads out throughout my entire life.
I think it's just more so this. It's just a start date.
Yeah,
it's a perfect way to start because it's a new year, it's a new situations at the beginning of the month. Like, you just don't know how this year's gonna go, and like I think it's just like it just gets the ball rolling. So I think that's essentially the theory behind a New Year's resolution.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions that came into fruition that like you still stand by to this day?
I know I wanted to make it a goal of mine to get a PC this year, which I was able to do that. So that helped streaming, that helped YouTube, that helped just pretty much everything in my business. If I had my own place like Tyler does, then I definitely think I would have been able to utilize it more in the sense of like podcasting go, because then we could probably have like footage and camera feed, and like it would have been easier to edit the podcast and things of that nature. So I do eventually want to get that, but yeah, that was pretty much my main goal of 2020, and then shit hit the fan. But I was still able to achieve said goal in 2020 with the podcast, and that was really the only main focus goal I had this year that I could think of off the top of my head. Let's see, what else was I gonna say? But yeah, I mean, I usually follow the goals and like things of that nature to a certain extent. I think my problem is like, I've even tweeted this. I said the most consistent thing in my life is how inconsistent I am as a person.
Right. And I like that tweet, by the way. I retweeted that.
That shit is hard to stay consistent. It really is.
Because, some things just happen that are out of our control, and we get sidetracked. At least I know I do. I get sidetracked. I get sidetracked most of the time to where, like, I can't really do the things that, like, I set out to do. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, personally, we both kind of have to work on, I guess. But
my thing is, like, I think, I start to think about this sometimes. I don't know if football was a good thing that happened to me, because I definitely feel like I do have the side effects of CTE. Because it's like, it's hard for me to not stay focused, but it's hard for me to remember things and just little shit like that. I mean, don't feel bad for me. I signed up for it. But I feel like the best thing that happened with football was the structure of it. Like, me having this set schedule, I was able to get shit done and be efficient, even though it's literally the schedule I hate now. Like, it's funny, like football, because remember, football practice would always be around 3 or 2 or whatever, and then you get done at 5 or 6. I personally hate working in the middle shift. Like, the second shift, I would rather work overnight or morning 10 times out of 10. The only benefit...
See, I can't do that.
The only benefit to the second shift is you can sleep in and stay up at, like, late at night. That's really it.
That's literally the only thing, because I had a job where I was working second shift. It was DZ, matter of fact. And you know how that shit went.
They don't owe us no money, so fuck them.
But like, I'd rather do things in the morning. Like, I'd rather get shit done in the morning. Granted, I'm not a morning person, but that's the time.
Yeah, so wouldn't it make sense for you to get the most hardest part of your job or your day out the way?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I choose to have morning jobs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant. That's what I thought you meant, like your hobbies or whatever you gotta do for the day.
No.
Okay. No, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. And like, cause it's like, right now, the icebox is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, this icebox tweaking people.
It's going sicko mode. Like right now, like I usually, especially quarantine didn't help. Like I fell asleep like usually around 3 o'clock, and then I wake up around noonish, and it's like my whole day is pretty much gone by the time that like I work at 3. So it's like I have 3 hours to be a functioning adult, and like say if I want to work out, say if I want to read a book, say if I want to shower. Now 3 hours is plenty of time, but it just doesn't feel like a lot of time versus like if I were to get off at 3 and then I have the whole rest of the day till I go to sleep.
So what time do you usually wake up, like when you have a regular work day?
If it's a good day, I'd say probably roughly around 9 or 10, but sometimes it just depends. Like if I'm super tired, sometimes I might go back to sleep, but like I usually wake up 9 or 10, and then if I go back to sleep, usually 12, and then like 12 I start my day, but I don't really do too much, like, because for those of you who don't know, it's like I even break down a YouTube schedule for you, like from starting to record the video. Say if I do a 20-minute gameplay video of just a fighting game, right? Which is like little to no edits, but it's some edits, and then I'll make a thumbnail. That usually takes me about 3 hours a day. And I used to do that every day. And the crazy thing about me doing that every day is that I did like I want to say I have over 200 YouTube videos uploaded this year alone. Like on some nut shit. Like it's not a healthy schedule, but that's what I'm trying to find balance now. And I think for my New Year's resolution is regular goals as far as like just the adult goals. Like I want to get my own place, regardless of how hard it's going to be. I want to get my own car, regardless of how hard it's going to be.
Well, your car is paid off, ain't it?
Yeah, but I still need a newer car. Like it's at the point. It's an 04. It has issues. I just need to upgrade and just make a better car. And just get a better car. Especially like I think I want a Jeep, something for like all
Wrangler boys, huh?
Jeep Cherokee.
Ew.
So yeah, I watch them out. And then like only reason being too is because it's like all the weather and in Iowa. Probably gonna be in Iowa for a while. I want to get more flexible, and then I think I want to relearn an instrument. I played the piano when I was young. I was really good at it, but I just never stuck with it because my teacher stunk.
What instrument would you go for this time if it wasn't piano?
If it wasn't piano,
because I feel like for me it's drums. Like I feel like I would be pretty good at drums, or like it would be the more easier to learn because like as far as like coordination stuff goes, I have like trouble as far as like guitar. I mean, I have a guitar acoustic right here, but
I was just about to say that it's probably guitar. Like I think that would be like if I didn't learn piano again, that would definitely be my instrument. But I just think I want to learn piano because it would just benefit me in more ways than one. Because I think every song sounds great on the piano, and I stand by that. Whether it's a hip hop song, like whatever song you want to mix that I've seen on YouTube and things of that nature, I think it will help me with my hands and coordination from like being an athlete, and I think it will help me with fighting games, that too. Like just everything that would just benefit me as an individual, and like I kind of want to become that person I know I could be, and like just get tattoos too. That's pretty much my really New Year's resolution is just get a place, get a car, get tattoos. Also get an upgrade in the MacBook, especially if we're gonna be doing a podcast because this has lasted me since 13. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my.
That's pretty much old reliable right here that we've been working on.
It's been through the ringer. It's been through a lot. Is there anything you want to put out there into fruition and like put that out there in the universe for 2021?
I don't know.
As far as a goal, it doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution. But.
As far as goals, I mean, yeah, I do look to get actually my first ever at 26 a tattoo. There's this place that's right down the street from where I stay that I've been thinking about going to. But like the thing for me is why I've waited this long to like even kind of contemplate a tattoo. It's one of those things that like it never came to mind. Like it wasn't one of those things where like had in my age where it's like, oh, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like, oh, I need this. Like for me, it was one of those things where like, yeah, it's cool to have one, but like it wasn't my, top priority at any given time. And like,
what did you even get?
I'm really into like, I've been watching a lot of like sea movies and stuff like that. If that makes any sense, like Hatchet and whatever. And I feel like I had this epiphany the other day about like me being on like a sailboat and just being out on the water. I've always liked that. I'm not a swimmer, by the way. I hate swimming. I cannot swim. I'm gonna put myself out there. I cannot swim.
Do you even know if you could get motion sickness? Like, do you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on a boat before, so like I've been out on a lake, so like I don't get stuff like that, but I just like being out there. It's calming to me. And like I was thinking about like probably something along the lines of like a compass, like a sea compass or whatever.
I think that could look cool depending on the artist and like who does it. And
it depends on where you get it to, because sometimes
that part. That's another thing. Is I do want to retouch some of my old work, and then
do you only have one?
I have two. Oh. I have two chest tattoos, but I do want to start getting my sleeve. I don't know. I always had this like connotation that I would get bigger, essentially, like from just the gym. But like I said, I'm constantly inconsistent, so I never actually got bigger from the gym. So I'm gonna start working on these arms and just also like clear some of my skin discoloration. It's almost like I think it's just also it just didn't help that like
You gotta eat better, dude.
no, not necessarily that. It just didn't help that like I was out in the sun and like for the longest time I thought black people like not even me, not just me, like a lot of black people just didn't know that we were supposed to put like sunscreen on because it's like we never had that visual effect of getting red from the sun.
We
Like,
just get darker. Like,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like we never looked at it as a health issue, but now it's like when I had staph last year, and I went to the dermatologist, and she was like, "Yeah, you gotta put sunscreen on it constantly." He's like, "Even in the snow," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And it's just like I have like skin discoloration on my stomach, and it's just like I just want to just be the best me I can be. That's it. And if it means like I look light skinned to look good or nothing like that, I'm not like light skin, dark skin type shit. I just want to be the same skin. Because I do like my skin tone. I just wanted to look nice. You feel me? Man, God rest the dead. Deebo died. That is...
damn, that's crazy to hear.
I think I heard it on Thursday and I was at work and it was like a guy said that he died and he said it was due to COVID complications because of his health. So I don't know exactly if it was said health or if it was COVID, but you know, God rest the dead. That is sad to see. And like I said, I heard it through someone else. And like even when Kobe died, I heard it through someone else. And like that's been like the way I found celebrities' deaths this year is through someone else. Did you know he had that background in wrestling?
I literally did not know. Like, I read up on him, like, obviously because he died, but like I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he did like a little stuff here and there, like as far as like little like snippets or like just like little cameos and being in movies and stuff like that. But like I did not know this man was a wrestler. I just thought he was a
Well, I can see, like, you know how, like, some people, like, they'll have a stint in wrestling, or if it don't work out, it don't work out. Like, I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I want to say, like, either 9 or 7 minutes worth of WWE footage was, like, recorded, and they had that. And, like, he was a whole character, and I think his name was, like, Zeus or something along those lines. It sounded with Z, and he had, like, a black and silver gimmick. But I was like... You know, his most famous role is Friday, but he was in the WWE for a while. Like, that's kind of crazy how that kind of just went unnoticed. And, right. Like, he had all these multiple other roles. And it always seemed like, not to say that his health was deteriorating, but, you know how you see some people age and you're like, I don't know if they're the healthiest. But it's like,
right.
And then that's, like, I've been watching some of these Dark Side of the Ring, the WWE stories, or just wrestling stories in general, and they're like dark past, and you just see how people age from wrestling to football to all these different sports, and it's like one thing I want to be healthy. I would love to have my sight as long as I can possibly can. I would love to be able to walk as long as I possibly can. I would love to just live a normal life as an older man, like, right? Because some people I've been seeing is just like they'll be in the wheelchair, they'll be in this, that, and the third, and it's like that's the sad thing about life is like sometimes I've been tripping. Like I do have these goals and ambitions, and I do really think highly of myself in the sense of like failure is not an option. Like I'm either going to be the nigga that did it, or I'm going to be the nigga that talked about doing it for all this time. There's really no in between. Right. But then I'll be taking for granted that like I can walk, I can see, I can hear at both ears, and it's like, damn, like your health is important. Like
you know, my pops before he passed away, God rest his dead. My pops always said, you know, like he said, it's not the shit that like you do from here on out. It's the shit that you did when you were younger that catches up to you.
That's kind of facts.
You know. So like if we were drinking mad heavy when we were like young adults or like before that, you know, then you know that shit is going to, you know, catch up to us sooner or later. And you know, yeah, and I got 3 bottles open right now. Yeah, you got glass, big. But I mean, some of the stuff, you know, it's stuff that like we know that we're doing, and it's stuff that we don't really care, but at the same time we don't honestly know the repercussions of what could come with that. Like my dad developed like a slur in his words, like because he just drank so much and You know, he's been through the ringer and stuff like that. And I kind of see that, and I kind of like hear that in my tone of voice sometimes, because sometimes people be like, "What'd you say?" or like, "What the fuck did you just mumbled?" And like, that's something that like I've heard from my dad, that I was asking questions like, "What the fuck?" Like what did you just say? Like, you just mumbled everything. Like, and it's stuff like that like I gotta watch throughout my life, as far as like I'm trying to take it easy, you know, with the drinking and all, but you know, it's fun. I like it. It's something that like I'm good at. So
I personally don't like it. Personally, I feel like
it's something that I can control. Like, most people can't control their drinking. Me,
you
granted,
definitely on the seesaw, bro, my brother.
Granted,
definitely like.
But I've been doing this
lately. You really been on the seesaw. Like, that's why I'm like, slow down.
Listen, I've been doing this for a long time.
Look. That's what they all fucking say. Cause you're not. I'm haunting you, motherfucker. You leave me early, I'm haunting you. Instead of the ghost haunts the person, I'm haunting you.
Tyler the Libra is not going anywhere.
Yeah. You better quit this drinking like you do. But yeah, personally, I never been a fan of it. I feel like I'm funnier sober than I am drunk. Like,
I'm both.
I just don't really like it. I don't like the feeling of it, especially the headache and hangover afterwards. Same with like smoking. I'm not against it, and I mean, if I did like smoking, I would just do it for the health benefits. That I'm that kind of guy. But yeah, it does nothing for me. Like, I like that it's an option, but you know, the only thing I wish is like peer pressure is a real thing. So I can't say that it's not. I just wish more people would respect you if you like didn't do it, because there's definitely been times where I just didn't feel like drinking whatsoever. And it's not that I didn't want to party, it's not that I didn't want to be out with my friends, I just didn't feel like drinking. So then motherfuckers look at you like, yo, your man's good, like what's wrong with him? You ain't got drinking.
Like, well, what's his problem? He ain't having fun.
It's just like, bro, like, some of y'all gotta realize you can have fun without drinking. Like,
right.
Yeah, I mean, if it I would say I personally just drink to a point to like that little warmness in your chest, and you kind of feel right, or you just like, it's like your nerves are relaxed. It's like,
so you like getting buzzed as opposed to like full blown like
I wouldn't even say buzzed. I would say the starting part of buzz. As soon as I feel a little bit of warm, I'm cool. And
what people don't realize is that like you gotta chill when you drink. You gotta be, you know, you gotta drink in moderation. You gotta be cool with it, you know. Most people just take it to the head.
My table right now.
See, I'm not taking this to the head. Like, you see this drink been here for like 30 plus minutes. But you know, if you drink and then you have a little bit of water and then you drink and then a little bit of water, you know, you'll be cool throughout the night or the day.
No, that's how you fucking
whenever
throw up. That's
whenever
how
you
fucking throw up.
Whatever time. But I mean, and you also gotta eat. Obviously, you gotta have something.
Man, I remember me and one of the homeboys was in Kansas City. We was by ourselves. We went to a UFC event. It was drinking all day. Then we met someone that we knew, and their family member was fighting on the card. And we saw that they had a VIP section, so we were like, hey, I wonder if such and such is here. So we saw him, and he's like, oh, shit, y'all here? Come through. So we in the VIP section. I'm like, oh, it's lit. But it's just me, my friend, the coach that we knew, and then the family member of the fighter. And then it was like his wife, his like, I think his nephew's mom, and then 3 other guys. So we're thinking the 3 other guys are family members, so they bring Crown Royal, and like, yo, you gotta take these shots. And
you was drinking that potion.
Now the
Crown Apple?
Hold on, listen. The 3 other guys were the ones telling us to take these shots. It wasn't the family members. So I'm thinking that they're their family members. So we took like 4 back to back to back. Bam,
oh my God.
We on the 5th one. Bam. And I feel it. My eyes just and then they're like, yo, we're gonna take another shot. I'm like, okay.
All the 6 senses heightened.
Listen. We we get to the 6th shot. I'm like, I'm not taking this shot. I'll fight all you niggas before I'm taking this shot. So what I do is I grab the alcohol and on some cartoon shit, I just throw it behind my head. And somebody's like, nigga, it's raining. And so I was like, yo.
Hey, something leaking back here, bro.
I'm like, I'm gonna go back. And so I go to the bathroom. And mind you, we're in Kansas City, so we're not from home. Like, the hotel's like way down, because I think it was like the district or whatever the fuck they call it down there in Kansas City. Power light, yeah. And like, so I'll go to the bathroom. I'm trying to sober up, and it had these like water fountains in the VIP. So I'm drinking a whole bunch of water. And then my homie's like, man, I don't even feel good. I was like, here, drink this water. I'm thinking it's gonna sober us up. So, I mean, we're pounding water. Like, we're just, like, I swear to God, we probably both drunk again. And then we just like pass out, because we're just too lit. So it's like heads up, 7 up, down. And we're just down laying out. And then the fighter comes to the VIP section. So it's lit. So he brings a crowd of entourage. It's partying. I'm asleep the whole time. Nigga, me and my friend get waken up by the manager. He's like, yo, they left. Y'all gotta go. So we was just like, oh, damn. And I get up, I stand up, I turn to my left, and behind me there's a garbage can. I just
projectile,
throw up right in the garbage can, and I started feeling better afterwards, but I'm still messed up. And then my friend looks like he's about to throw up, and then I hand him the garbage can. He throws up, and the manager's like proud of us. He's like, "Hey, that was a good time, man. I'm glad y'all did that, because I would have fucked y'all up." You know what I'm saying? Then we just ran out on some drunk girls. I'm holding his wrist because we trying to get an Uber. Uber's across the street, so we got to play Frogger and dodge the cars and all that. And like, that's the last time that I really got effed up, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this no more. That was been a few years.
I don't think that, like, ever since, like, probably, like, it's been a year since I actually, like, got, like, messed up. And I think that was last time was like my time in Chicago. And
when you get messed up, it'd be so ugly though.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
When I do it?
Yes.
See,
because your whole ass be out. Just Tyler don't care. His pants come off. This man be at the crib. You're like, bro, what are you doing?
See, that was my younger years.
Got the throw up on his shirt. just slow. We're just like, bro, you ain't have to drink like this.
That was my younger years. Nowadays, when I, get, inebriated, I just fall upstairs.
Yes.
And I just go to bed, and like I don't do anything other than just nap in the bed, and I think about life. And then I throw up.
Bro, because it was so bad. Because it was like Tyler used to be.
Because I used to drink and then just run around.
Yeah.
And just like.
But that's the thing though. It's like Tyler would never have this. It almost on some nasty shit. You would never have the same cup in your hand. Like, this nigga would start with some Jack, somehow get a Corona, somehow drink some Hennessy. Like, he would have all these drinks just open, kind of like now. Like, there's 4 or 5 drinks here that's been kind of drunken, and probably not all on the same night. But like, you got Jack Daniels, Apple, Jim Beam. Like, it's kind of like that. Like,
I got basically. My repertoire is basically all the Rockstar drinks, pretty much, like the Jack, Jim Beam. The Jameson is coming next week, don't worry about it.
Like, see, like, that'd be Tyler, and then just all these drinks, and then you're like, where's Tyler? And he's over in the toilet hugging it, and I was just like, bro. I think the one time that Tyler...
Remember the 21st?
What did we do for you?
It was the hotel.
Ah, that's right. You was fucked up that night. My 21st was...
You couldn't catch me not near a toilet, laying down in the bathroom.
I think at that point I had an epiphany. I was like, all right, I want to go home. This nigga fucked up.
And I didn't even know when you went home. I woke up and I was like, damn, where's Brian at?
I was like, man.
And then like he gone. And then Brent literally tucked me in. Shout out to Brent. He tucked me in and into the bed. And then it was it. The night was over.
That's funny. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Somehow we talked about deebo and went into health.
Somehow it went to health and then went to drinking and then,
Now, okay, for this next topic, these are the opinions and thoughts of Tylerbrianhour. We're not saying that if you were to ever get bullied, that bullying is cool or making fun of it. We're just talking from our experience in our past. So to say all that, let's talk about bullying. You ever experienced it?
Dude, my first bully was a dog.
Nigga, how'd you get bullied by a dog?
No, see, because
Make
remember,
that make sense, first of all.
no, it was like back in like second grade, Oak Park days, you know. And remember,
I'm blowing up the spots if these stalkers gonna kill us.
it's a school. It's a
Nigga, I'm right there. I don't care.
They don't know where you're at though, so it doesn't matter.
All they gotta do is just pick a street.
Oh well, if you gone, you gone, bro.
Nigga, you see how I said I want him here, but he said if I'm gone, I'm gone. That's crazy.
But
This nigga ain't shit.
do you remember that that drug house that was right across the street from it, from the school?
Actually, I think I remember like they gave us a note about it, but I don't.
And we had to evacuate like one of those days.
Oh, yeah, and then we had to go to church.
Because they thought it was like about to blow up or something. Like, hey, we gotta go.
But personally, I don't remember what house it was, but yeah, I do remember that. Shit.
I was walking home across that street, right? Mm-hmm. And then I heard like a noise, like a shuffling, and it was a all black pit bull just looking at me. And
mind you, we was talking about bullying. I don't know how a dog bullied you. But
a dog was my first bully. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I moved to the side a little bit, to the left, moved to the right, and it just kept following me. And then like, for some reason, I don't know why it went in my head that like, cause it was like up at the top of the hill, and then I was down on the sidewalk, and it literally, I just ran. I ran, and it was like keeping up with my pace, and then all of a sudden it ran into a fence, and then I just continued to dip all the way home. I was so out of breath, and my and Pops was like, "What the fuck are you running for?" I was like, "I just got chased by a dog." And like literally, that was my first bully ever that I could like think of. Like that shit was scary. I feared for my life. I
don't think that's bullying though.
Has a like 10.
Did it do it every time you walked?
That was the last time I saw that dog.
Nigga, that's not.
For me, that was bullying. Like, cause I never experienced that.
That's just like a dog just trying to bite you. Nigga, I experienced that. I'm thinking you're talking like an actual.
But you're
bully.
in fear for your well-being, though. You know?
But a bully is someone that like. A bully makes it to where you're uncomfortable in your.
I was
environment.
uncomfortable in my environment. I was just walking home. Exactly. That was my environment.
That was a one-time thing, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
does a bully have to be consistent to be bullied?
What the fuck is a bully then? That's just a one-time incident. Somebody can be a dickhead one time, but I wouldn't call no one a bully unless they do it all the time.
But do you know their characteristics? That could be.
The fuck does that got? If they're bothering you and they're getting on your nerves and they're trying to pick on you, then that is a bully. The dog can't pick on you if it only sees you one time and chases you one time.
That dog knew exactly what the fuck it was going to do.
That's trying to bully.
A bully knows exactly what he came to do. But
okay, I would say personally, I never got
Have you I'll say this. Have you hung around bullies though? Like, were you like cool and friends with bullies? Because I had a lot of that. Like, you know, people that would be fucking everybody up, and then it'd be like, damn, bro.
Actually, you know what? This is the same group that you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, bro. Like, they would throw fucking.
Okay, yeah, them niggas were definitely some bullies. There was some bad.
Throw snowballs and shit.
Because like our middle school was bad as fuck. Like we had a really bad middle school, and then the worst part is all of us lived the same fucking way, so we would all be walking home together, and I'm just like, don't hit a car.
Same way, but different directions. Like
we just scattered, and every time they would hit a car, bro, and I just take off. It's the black characteristic. It's whatever you want to call it.
You know the crazy part about that is that when we were to hit the cars with snowballs, them cars would stop, like dead ass in the middle of the street. They would turn around, go through an alley, whichever alley that we would run through, and they'd be like, "What the fuck you do that for?" I don't know, because it was cool. Like, I don't know, because we want to see if you would stop. But yeah, we hung around those groups of people.
I remember.
Literally remember that one time when we were just walking and then such and such threw a snowball at a car and it stopped. And
there was one time where somebody threw a snowball. Them niggas went across the street into that mall. Your ass and somebody else and some other people were just like on the same side of the street and just kept walking. I took off. I was ahead of y'all, but I heard y'all, and they're like, "Why'd you go stop?" It's like, "I don't know, it wasn't us." I think you said it, and you pointed over there. I was just like, "Nigga, you actually answered it?" Yeah, right.
Because I want to know it wasn't me. I was going to chase after them niggas. That's all I cared about.
I think,
mind you, it was like 5 minutes from where my house was, so I was like, I don't care, bro. I'm just trying to go home, trying to play this Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I'm trying to get to the crib.
That really was a GTA mission of I'm just trying to get home, cuz. Like, there was one time where I guess he didn't bully me because he didn't physically put his hands on me. I mean, I would have beat the ever shit out of him. That was one of the kids.
Oh, you got it like that, huh?
Nah, he would have got folded.
You had it like that?
All right, he would have got folded. Because there was like maybe 2 kids that I was like, I will fight this kid right here, right now. But I never fought him. But so
if I know who you're talking about, I know.
I don't want to say too much because they'll give it away if I said it right now. But
you dragged that nigga.
I would drag him. I swear to God, I would. But anyway, so we're in class and we're in like I want to say reading English, 7th grade English, something like that. And I sat like if the doorway into the room is on the right, I sat the kind of like not to the last row, but the row in front of that row, if that makes sense. So if the first doorway you come in through the right, you see, and then I was on this row, and then like in my row, it was perfect, bro. It was set up beautifully. It was almost like the teacher was trying to throw a nigga a lot. There was a fine girl in front of me. There was a fine girl diagonal to me. There was a fine girl to the left of me. And there go this stinky ass Negro on my right side, and he smelled like BO and bad decisions. Like he was that kind of nigga.
Like
he smelled like tobacco before he even smoked. Like,
I know what you were talking about, and like
no. But listen. You was not there. This is my story. I gotta get this shit off because I to this day I'm still traumatized. And so I be talking to shorties, you know what I'm saying, cracking jokes, and I think another homie, one of the hood niggas was like another catty corny angle behind me. So like I crack jokes with him, he cracked jokes with me. Flirt with female. They were pretty. There was like one of the top like 5 females in the middle school at the time.
Really? She was top 5?
You don't even know who I'm talking about.
I do.
I'm actually talking about 2 people, so shut the fuck up.
Go on.
But yeah, so they was there. Then one day this nigga farts. And I'm like, ugh, that shit's disgusting. And like I make this over the top dramatic, y'all know how I am, reaction. This nigga found it funny, so he would purposely fart and just fuck up the vibrations of the class. Like the girls wouldn't even talk no more because he's like, I can't breathe. Like I physically can't breathe because this nigga's nasty.
Just a cornball.
Like he would bully me in that way, and then he'll like fuck with me and like throw paper at me, and I'm like, I'm gonna swing on this nigga. I'm really about to swing on this nigga. Oh. So one day, shit you not, we're in class. We come back. I think we went to the library or something. And then the only reason I remember this day vividly, we went to the library. Somebody showed one of my homies this book, and I think it was like a brain, but it looked weird. It looked like it was experimented on. And he goes, "What the fuck was that?" And the teacher was right there. She's like, "How could you?" He's like, "Oh, my bad." And so we get back. I think it's like lunch like just had started or went through or whatever. He's fucking with me. He's like hitting me on my hand and shit like that, hitting me on my shoulder. I'm like, bro, I'm about to swing on you. Yeah, and he's like, stop, bro. And I'm like, bro, I'm about to swing on you. Hit him right in the stomach. And he's like, damn, bro, you didn't have to do that. I was like, shut up, because you keep messing. So then he's like, now I got to fart. Like farts. I'm like,
Jesus
disgusting.
Christ,
I'm like, hold my nose, and he's like laughing.
There's no way you could win with like dudes like that.
He's laughing. Farts again. I'm like, that is disgusting. Like you're literally ruining the experience for everybody in the class. You're a bully. Nigga farts again. Nigga stops. He's not laughing. You know, every other time he stops laughing. Nigga said, yo, teacher. Yo, I gotta go. She's like, what you mean you gotta go? He's like, I gotta get out of this class.
I gotta go, man.
This nigga shitted on himself. When I tell you it was jokes every time we saw this nigga left me alone for the rest of the year. I was on this nigga's head top. I'm like, bro, you nasty. You shit yourself. You got doodle draws. You
bro,
got
what's up, poo monster?
I was like, man, that's what you get.
That's the worst situation you could put yourself into in middle school.
Bro, he did it to himself, though. That was the worst part.
The crazy part about that is just imagine if you're the nurse or whatever. You gotta go into the You gotta go into the nurse's office. Not only do you have to find new clothes, new pants, or whatever the situation may be, but people know that you got new stuff on.
But not the funny thing that you mentioned about that is like I don't even know if he really fixed the situation he was in, because when he came back in that bitch, that nigga was definitely waddling like something was in the motherfucker said. He grabbed his bag and did that little lean where you're like, I don't want to bend too far.
You can't talk to me the whole entire day if I were to do something.
I was on this nigga's head, bro. I was one of them. You
were the fucking bully.
No, because he bullied me. I was just defending myself. I was one of the
bully comes a bully.
I was like, nigga, I'm telling everybody, since you want to be a dickhead so bad, hey, this nigga shit he got shit in his drawers right now.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Yeah, and then, I mean, some people would fuck with me, but nothing too crazy. And it doesn't help that, like, I got black parents. Niggas would be on my head top 24/7, like
they'd be like, "Why didn't you defend yourself? Why didn't you say nothing?"
And like just like call me trash, bum, darkness, like just. And these are my parents, the people that's supposed to love me and care for me over thick and thin. Like they would be on my head top every day, and I'm just like, bro, I can't win. Like y'all niggas are just too much. So like I just got immune to it, and then I just. It didn't affect me as much, so I guess I did probably get bullied in some sort of capacity. Do you remember at high school where niggas would used to just come up to you, grab you, and just turn you to the squad? Like they don't even say nothing. They don't even say nothing. They would grab you, turn you, and then just look at you and do the hand movement like come here. They'd be like, and then, I was like, bro, how y'all like y'all ain't gonna say nothing. They just grab you, turn around.
Look, it's just me walking to class.
Like, bro, fucking explain to all you niggas. I'm just trying to.
It was just an innocent bystander. You just chilling, mind your own business, bro. I got this assignment to do, bro. I got some plays to go over, and then all of a sudden you just feel your body just. and then you're looking into a crowd of people.
And you're just like, wow, y'all niggas are dick.
And then they push you back into what the fuck you was doing. Like, just go to class.
Like, now you can't even make a roast. It's like, God damn.
They don't even thank you for your time. Well, yeah, that used to piss me off.
Yeah, that was like...
And I'd be the one laughing, too.
Oh, man. I feel like I was a habitual... innocent bystander that got shot. And what I mean by habitual is like a habitual line stepper, like where you just always fuck up. And like that's what I was, like, because I would be chilling with the squad, because like you know what I'm saying, I played sports and I was cool with everybody, so I feel like I was a popular kid, but I'm doing air quotes, but not really. But
you was in the mix,
right?
Kind of like how me and you were.
Yeah, for lack of a better term, I would say that. And I'd be chilling. And I'm cracking up because they're just making jokes of it. They're going on each other's head. Oh, you sound like such and such same family. And then it's just like they was just roasting each other. And I'm like, oh, bro, I know you ain't laughing. I'm like, yo, chill. It's not even like that. I'm out of this. And
they be like, bro, I don't know why you laughing such and such.
Bro, oh my God.
Like, God damn, bro, I didn't even mean to do that.
Bro, and the worst part about it is like, niggas would have no chill. No. Like, bro, it'd be 7:30 in the morning. You tired. Like your dad just woke you up, drove you to school, you irritated. Niggas is on niggas head top before we even started. I'm just like,
I ain't even woke up yet. Just got out the car.
I was like, how y'all niggas is evil, bro? Y'all some evil villains.
Before the bell even rings for the first class.
So
motherfuckers had a game plan. They had a whole schedule. Like, all right, I'm gonna come at this dude. I'm gonna turn this dude around.
It's like, I ain't do my homework. I just know I'm finna roast niggas. So speaking of evil and villains and things of that nature, I'll be toxic here, and I'm voting on Logan Paul. I'm betting on him.
You really gonna take that?
What do I have to lose? Think about the payout if he wins. And we don't even know what it's going to be. And, like, Floyd Mayweather has everything to lose. And Logan
that
Paul
man's defensive skills is impeccable. You got to understand that.
I am aware of that.
Is he going to be able to land even... He might be able to land some punches, but, like, is he going to be able to do that consistently?
You know, I seen something the other day, and it's actually on the dark side of the ring. I think it was the Brawl for the All episode. They said that... Butterbean had fought this guy that was a WWE wrestler. He won the Brawl for All
Is
tournament.
Butterbean still alive?
Yeah, I think so.
the
As far
most
as
part.
like 2019 is concerned. But he had fought this guy, and he said the guy had a chance if he fought him just swinging. He had a 50 chance because obviously everybody.
He gave him 50, huh?
Well, like everybody has a puncher's chance, so anyone can get knocked out. He said if the guy fought him just swinging, he had a chance. But he said the guy fucked up because he tried to fight him as a boxer. And Logan Paul is clearly not a better boxer than Floyd Mayweather in any sort of capacity. But one thing he's going to have is that reach. So if he's swinging, you're damn right. I'm not going to bet like no $100 or $200 on Logan Paul. Like, nah, we not doing that shit. But if it's an actual fight and they have a scorecard and they don't do it like the Tyson and Roy Jones fight, they just do it like the Nate and Jake Paul fight, your boy is probably going to bet on Logan Paul. What do you think about the fight?
I don't know. It's one of those things where like, what does Mayweather have to gain from this? Because this man literally has everything, like everything to his disposal. He got money, he got cars, he got the fame, he got the fortune, he got the household, like products, the name. You know, like it's just like one of those things where like, what else do you have left to prove? It's one of those things where like he's grown enough to know like what he stands for, and he's solidified in the boxing world, and he's solidified as a public figure in the limelight for this amount of time. It's just like, why, like what else do you need to prove to the people? You know, it's just one of those things where like I feel like he's just like it's more about the entertainment for him, and I guess like because like not gonna lie, he is one of the most entertaining boxers that we've ever seen in that industry. So like it's just one of those things where like
it's dumb. Like if I'm being quite frankly, and that's the only reason I'm betting on.
I wouldn't put my reputation on the line like that.
Yeah, he's like undefeated, and then if he loses to,
because what if this shit goes awry, and then it's like what? It's like where do you go from there? However old he is, where do you go from there?
Like his it's literally, if he loses to Logan Paul, it's gonna be like the Undertaker thing. Like it's gonna ruin his legacy, and then it's gonna shoot Logan Paul so high up that like Conor might have to fight him on some like dumb shit. If Conor doesn't fight Jake Paul, like Conor McGregor might have to fight him, or Manny Pacquiao might have to fight him. Like there's gonna have to be boxers that's gonna have to fight him to one, get as big as a star and a draw as Logan Paul will be. Because I'd argue like Floyd Mayweather is the biggest draw in boxing, so that like literally kills boxing. But the beauty of boxing, say that 3 times fast, is the fact that it's not like a league. It's not like the NFL or the NBA. Each person kind of technically has their own promotion. Because hell, even Thriller did, or Tiller, or whatever the actual website is or app is, they're the ones that presented the Mike Tyson fight. So you know, Logan and Jake Paul, they sold out like millions and did all that with KSI and all that, Deji and all that. Like they could do it again if they beat Floyd Mayweather. Like they're gonna be on top of the world. It's gonna be insane. I am curious. I will buy that pay-per-view when that comes out because I'm going to watch it, and I really don't know.
I don't even know
what to hope for.
Do you even know what the card lineup is going to be as far as like the undercards and the mid cards and stuff like that leading up to it? I honestly don't even know.
I don't know. Actually, I wonder if Jake's gonna try to fight on that one. Maybe not, because that's kind of a fast turnaround. But at 3 months, I mean, if anyone could do it, it's someone that if he fights the right person too, he can't fight an actual professional boxer in 3 months. I think. But I think it is like camps are usually like 12 months. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think the undercard has to be entertaining though. They have to have that Jake Paul and Nate Robinson type fight, and then they got to have regular boxing fights, and I think that's the perfect draw.
Is it going to go all the rounds though? Is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm pretty sure it won't. Because I feel like it won't. I honestly feel like it won't.
I mean, Mayweather only knocked out Conor McGregor, I want to say, within the past like 5 or 6 years. As far as his boxing career goes, I don't think he's knocked out anyone since McGregor in a long time.
Yeah,
I guess
because that's not his style of boxing.
I guess if he wants to turn it up and show like the world what he could do, that would be the best case scenario. But then again, that gives Logan Paul a puncher's chance. So I don't know. So right now, I'm gonna bet on Logan Paul. Do I have a dark horse who's gonna win? I think Mayweather. I mean, obviously it's obvious, but who the fuck knows? Especially how 2020 came and went. And like, bro, I don't know anymore.
I don't know. 2021 could throw another fucking loop. So.
That could be worse than everybody was like, oh yeah, I can't wait until 2021. Shit, 2021 could be worse.
Right.
Somehow, some way, the New York Football Giants are actually a good team.
What are we? What are we right now? We 5-7.
5-7 leading division. That's just
we leading the NFC East.
Y'all can still lose it to Washington. Y'all can still lose it to Philly. So don't get too comfortable. Because I don't know what y'all gonna do this week. Because Colt McCoy actually played good and won. Y'all gonna start Colt McCoy again?
The crazy part about it is that Colt has not won a game since 2014. It's been 5 years since he won an actual game.
I mean, he did it, but
about 5 years.
My thing is just like that.
And the crazy part about it is that it was our defense that mostly came into fruition that game. You know?
I mean, he still scored 19 points. Anytime you can score, like, you know, at least technically over 2 touchdowns, and you have a solid defense, you could get a lot out of it. But yeah,
I think honestly, like, because I was talking to shout out to Nick Levon too, because he's a faithful Giants fan, like your boy is. We were talking about it too.
That faithful word is a little questionable with you, brother man. Because I think the Saints and Bears would like to have a word with you about that one.
Yeah, they would. But I wanted to talk to him about, like, could we end this 9-7?
Fuck no.
I think we can. Damn it.
9-7.
It depends on who we have left.
No,
I think. Do we have Washington again?
Shit.
Because that would be a dub.
The beauty of this here podcast is we have mobile devices that we not using when we talking on this podcast. So, what is your boy B Heard going to do on this podcast? I'm going to look the shit.
We got the Cardinals.
Hold on. Okay, so y'all got. So that's an L. Yeah, y'all 5-8. Hopefully.
Browns, that's a dub. Ravens, that's a dub.
Are you drunk and At the same time drinking champagne on champagne?
Well, I'm drunk, as you can see. But
y'all might lose your next 3. No cap.
We losing to the Cowboys? I can see the Ravens and maybe the Browns. Cardinals, maybe.
Yeah, Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are favorites. Yeah, everybody's a favorite besides.
I could only see us losing to the Ravens, and that's it.
Nigga, the Browns are 9-3.
Fuck them.
You want to bet on that game?
What you want to bet?
Whatever you want to bet.
I bet this Jack Daniels, this half bottle of Jack Daniels right now.
What's that is? Like $30? I bet $30.
$30.
Okay.
We on it.
Well, I don't want the Jack Daniels. I want $30, man.
No, you gonna have the Jack. I bet the Jack.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't even drink. But my team trash. We need help. Von Miller getting hurt at the end of the season.
Y'all ain't got a quarterback yet?
We got Drew Lock. Shut the fuck up.
Drew Lock make too many mistakes, so who else?
Daniel Jones makes a lot of mistakes. Nigga, your offensive line makes a lot of mistakes. You wouldn't be in the position you were in now if the NFC East was a trash. Sir, what are you talking about?
We have the Eagles to thank for that. Who else?
They might be all right. I think the Eagles or Washington's probably going to take the division.
Eagles about to be in the same position as you. They don't know who they want at quarterback.
Well, they started Jalen Hurts, and I think Jalen Hurts looked fine. I mean, I think he adds a different dynamic to the offense, and Carson Wentz is not a bad quarterback. He's just trying to make a play that's not there. And
your boy is a one-read guy. So basically, if the receiver is not open, he putting the ball in harm's way. That's what Drew Lock is.
Why the fuck are you talking about Drew Lock when I'm talking about Jalen Hurts? And no, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
He's not good.
He's good.
All right.
He is. He just struggles because the offensive line is struggling.
How tall is he?
What the fuck? What are you talking about? He's
because any Broncos quarterback the tall like any Broncos quarterback that's like 6'5" or above is sorry.
I don't think he's 6'5" at all.
Okay, then you might have a chance.
You drunk, bro? What is this rant and tangent? And we play. Let's see who. okay. We play the Panthers this week. That could be a possible dub, but they are favorites. Then we play the Bills. We getting clapped that game. I'm not gonna lie. Then we play the Chargers. We could beat the Chargers. And
y'all are not beating the Chargers. You know what? That boy Justin Herbert.
I mean, we beat the Dolphins. We beat the Chargers before. Like, what are you talking about? Like we
Josh Allen, he about to run. He about to run up the score.
I think we'll win like maybe 2 more games to close out the year.
I just want us to at least win. If we could go 8-8, I'll be happy.
Y'all are not going 8-8.
We are going 8-8.
No, the fuck you're not.
We'll at least win the next 2.
No, you're gonna beat the Cardinals and the Browns. Are you drunk? No.
All right.
You might beat the Cardinals.
Who are y'all beating? That's what
I said we'll probably win. We could probably win. So we got a chance tomorrow against the Panthers. And then I would say we have a chance against the Raiders because we played them close. I would say we have a chance against the Chargers because we beat them. So I would say we have a possibility of winning 3 games, possibility of losing all 4. So it just depends on the team that shows up. And look, you're 5-7. You're 1 game ahead of us as far as records go.
Are we ahead of you though?
Humble thyself. You're just in a sorry division. Like, you realize that, right? Like, if we was in your division, there's a chance we could have been in the playoffs because of that. Yeah.
Y'all gotta figure out who's throwing the ball first.
Since this nigga want to slander teams.
Y'all can't.
Since you want to slander teams so bad, let's switch up the subject. Let's talk about the basketball season because how's your team looking basketball wise, nigga? Because my team looking good. I think we got a great shot. I think we got a great shot.
It's New York City. It's the Knicks. We're going to stay in the limelight. We got the bright lights. We got Broadway. We're going to find a way to win every single time. And we still got RJ Barrett that's still growing and developing as a player. So we're building the team around him right now. Anybody that we get in the future is going to have to fall in line.
Y'all got everything but a team. The only New York team we acknowledge is the Nets. And they're better than you in every sort of landscape possible.
We have the prestige.
Of what else?
We also have a championship.
Y'all also got a lot of L's in your name. And
I don't see the other borough of New York having any championships.
The Nets went to the finals.
Do they have a championship?
I'm sure they do.
Do they have a ring?
I'm sure they do. And I'm sure
the Nets organization does not have a NBA championship ring.
Are you sure about that?
I'm guaranteed. I play 2K every day.
That's not like but the Nets went to the finals though.
That don't matter.
Yes, it does.
How does that matter?
When's the last time the Knicks went to the finals? Like the Nets went to the finals when we were alive. That's what I'm trying to allude. Like,
oh, okay. So if we're talking about alive, then
I don't think y'all went to the finals. Period. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't even think y'all went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, y'all know y'all in the division with us, the Bucks, the Raptors.
We're in the East, yeah.
The Heat. Y'all ain't beat none of them teams, sir.
Our last championship was.
Y'all might not even beat the Wizards.
Our last championship was over 40 years ago, 1973.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, y'all are bad. Oh, and for those of you who do not know, I am a Celtics fan. I was sad when we lost to the Heat. I don't know what Heat for because we actually have a good team. We just signed Tristan Thompson and Jeff Teague. And I think those are 2 huge, phenomenal bench players that will come in and actually help us and will have depth on the bench. Gordon Hayward left to Charlotte. I don't know what the fuck Charlotte finna do. I mean, they got LaMelo Ball and Gordon Hayward, but they're probably not gonna make that much noise. I like our odds. I honestly do. Unless Harden does come east and goes to the Sixers or something like that, I think we got a good shot. I think we improved, and I think I like the guards that we drafted.
I think anything better than Houston would be a success to him because that man just doesn't want to stay there. Like, he's shown that he just isn't interested in being in Houston anymore. And I mean, rightfully so, I guess. It's kind of on Harden.
Unless Harden wants to accept the background role, it's kind of on him because you had Chris Paul, you had Russell Westbrook, you had
Dwight.
Like, you've had a superstar. It's just y'all haven't made any noise with the superstar. So I think the Celtics going to go to the finals. I'm going to just say it like that. I think we're going to win the world championship because that's what I believe as a
Who
Celtics
y'all
fan.
beating?
Whoever the fuck come out the West, it don't matter. It don't matter if it's LeBron. It don't matter if it's Kawhi. It don't matter if it's Harden. If he stay, it really don't matter. Celtics and fuck. Like that's
Y'all gotta get through that man in Milwaukee first.
He couldn't even get past the Heat. So like, what are you saying?
And not to mention, you gotta worry about that man down south too in Miami in South Beach. So
Look, all we gotta do is beat him 4 times. That's really it.
you gotta beat him 4 times consistently.
Yeah. Well, all we need is 4 wins. So it don't matter if we get it 1 after another, if we get it 4 straight, if we get 2 first and then lose 2, and it's just as long as we
I'm
get 4.
gonna say this: if Harden goes to Miami, like he said, because Miami is in the mix to get him.
But Miami has to give up an arm, leg, and a testicle to get him. They're not finna not be the same Miami team.
They about to.
Like either
I'll tell you, any team that he goes to, any team that he wants, they're literally gonna have to gut their complete fucking roster.
That's what I'm saying. Because somebody was like, I know some homies.
Like they were like, "Oh, Nets, okay. Well, what you give them, Kyrie or KD? Which one?"
Well, they said like the Nets said Kyrie and KD are off limits, and then the Sixers said Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are off limits, and then like one of the homies on the sideline was, "Oh, if he goes to the Sixers, that team's gonna be crazy. They're gonna be guaranteed the finals." I was like, "Nigga, no. Who the fuck gonna shoot?" Because Harden can shoot, but nobody else can shoot on the team. Especially if they gut the team just to get Harden over
So
there.
really, Harden about to be in the same situation anywhere he goes. So he might as well stay in Houston, use these 2 years up, and then be a free agent. And then he's good. You could be. I'll be miserable for 2 years in the same place, but I'm getting paid.
But you won a championship.
It's the bigger picture for me. I'm like, shit. Once I get free, I'm about to be out.
Yeah, I really don't know where Harden's gonna go.
And
Because
then
he's
I'm
trying to
going
go
to
to
the
a
Knicks.
contender too. So, that'd be like kamikaze.
I'm coming with my boy RJ Barrett.
Nigga,
You see Harden in New
you don't even
York
want to be that nigga
in that blue
you
and
don't
orange?
want to be him in 2K, bro.
in that
Like,
blue orange, bro.
Nobody wants to be a Knicks fan. Not even Knicks fans.
Are you serious? Madison Square Garden, the bright lights, boy.
Nobody cares. That's why they have it.
Everybody who's anybody either wants to be
What's
in
the last
LA.
free agent signed?
Would you rather be in LA or New York?
LA?
Why?
Why not? What are you talking about? I would rather be a Laker 10 times out of 10. As a Boston Celtics fan, I'm saying this 10 times out of 10.
There's only one LA. We got 5 different boroughs of New York. So anywhere you go, it could be Brooklyn, Manhattan,
New York,
Queens.
Knickerbocker. I would
Queens.
rather be I'll be a Clipper before I be a Knick.
You could see every single thing possible
You're
in
not
New
even
York.
from New York. Stop talking like you're from there.
I'm just saying, it's that place.
It's really not for basketball.
I'd rather be in New York than LA.
Not for basketball. If we talking baseball, sure. If we talking football, no, never mind. Not football either. I don't even know about hockey. I really don't. So you might not want to be a Knicks fan.
New York Rangers, by the way.
Probably some ass, all ass, like the Migos.
Was it? Aren't you a Kings fan?
I'm not really a fan of hockey like that. I don't really have a set team. I mean, I fuck with the Kings jerseys. Isn't no, I'm thinking of the night. No, well, Kings are cool. Podcast plans. Just, I always find like how people do the behind the scenes and just kind of talk about the business and stuff like that. Not saying like we're gonna get too much into it, but I just wanted to talk about certain things just real quick. Is there anyone that you're just like that you want to get on the podcast and things of that nature?
I mean, there's a lot of.
Because like
From our friend group, there's a lot of talent, and there's a lot of
Especially in the city.
cool vibes that we can get on here. It's just like one of those things and those situations that like we gotta work around their schedule too as much as ours. So whenever they get free is when we'll work something out. But there's not really a set person, I guess, that like I can think of off the top of my head.
just to name a few, I definitely want to get Borg on here. I definitely want to get Brian on here. Ron. Be on the lookout for that episode real soon. Whenever Brent comes down, we gotta get EA.
Oh, and by the way, we got back-to-back coming up tomorrow, so you will hear us tomorrow.
Let's make sure we get tomorrow. I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to say nothing because we don't know if we're gonna get that. hopefully we do. What else was I going to say? I hate this nigga because this nigga just be texting and shit. Anyway, yeah, Borg, Brian, Ron, EA Falou. Definitely gotta get female because we gotta get female representation on the podcast, which we've yet to do, which kind of irritates me. And yeah, just more podcasts. The fact that we got 25, I think that's, granted it's been some years, but shit, I don't think we ever had 3 back-to-back weeks of a podcast. Which is,
the older we get, the more consistent we get.
Man,
we have more stuff to talk about now.
That is dope. Yeah, that's pretty much anything I gotta say for the podcast plan. Is like just a lot of more episodes, and a lot more. Anything else you want to say closing out the podcast?
Bro, I'm hungry as hell. Literally, I have not been. Before you even came here, I have not eaten all day. I've been drinking all day.
Which is why I'm trying to wrap it up, but just like a while. Yeah, I think that's about it, man. We kind of talked for a while. We went long.
Mentally, spiritually, and physically, keep your health. And make sure that you are prepared for anything that comes in 2020. Make sure your mind right. Make sure you're taking care of your chickens. And just be positive in anything you do, And whether more negative shit comes your way or the case may be, just know that, you amplify that negativity. So you can either choose to go any way about it. Hopefully you choose to be positive.
Yeah, and
like I'm trying to do, but
hopefully we got another episode coming to you tomorrow with a guest too. Yeah, I love you guys. Till next time, y'all be easy, and that is the episode.